guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a review of the Botanica Tarot. This is one that I backed on Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter did like amazing. Like they raised, I don't know, something like 800 and some $1,000 for this deck just because a lot of people were so enamored by the art and the idea behind it. And they just had to keep like tacking on stuff for all the tiers because it's like, you know, they just kept raising all this money. So I didn't go to some of the higher tiers. I was like, no, I'm okay. Like, I just need like the deck and like maybe a cool box. But they ended up like including all these extras, you know, because the Kickstarter did so well. But anyway, so okay, so the Botanica Tarot, what I ended up getting from Kickstarter was this awesome tin box. This was the Alchemist tier that I was at. And so it did have like a little foamy thing in here to place the deck and like all the other stuff so they can all fit in here. But so now I can figure out what I want to use this for. And it's, you know, nice and embossed, which is pretty cool. And then it came with a lovely spread cloth, and this one is the guidebook here, which actually, let's go ahead and take a look. And then they gave you a sticker so that you can put who the book belongs to. So I'll write that in at some point. But this is full color, you know, beautiful, published by Beehive Books. So the creator, the artist, Kevin J. Stanton, he's friends with one of the publishers for Beehive Books. And so, you know, he was able to work something out so that they could publish his deck for him. But he kind of goes through the majors, and you know, some people are finding it difficult because it doesn't have, like, there's no words. Like, it doesn't say, oh, this is the Ace of Cups, or it doesn't say this is the High Priestess. He has particular symbols. So we'll get to that in a moment. Okay, so the Major Arcana, again, he's explaining kind of his system. It is, I would say, loosely based on Rider-Waite-Smith. Like it does have, well, you'll see when I show you the cards, like it does have certain symbols, but for the most part, he went with the energy of the flower because he's like a botanist. Like he loves plants and horticulture and all of that. So he was choosing like a particular plant that embodied, let's say, the magician, or that embodied the fool, you know. So I found that to be rather interesting. And then of course you get into your minors, and it's I would say a little bit easier with the minors because it does actually have, like, there's a cup here, so that's okay, that's the Ace of Cups. There's two cups here, okay, so that's Two of Cups. And then you know, moving on with like the swords, like you can see there's like little swords sticking out here, so you know that you're in the sword suit. And for wands and so on and so forth. Oh, and then what's really cool at the back here is you get to see all of his notes. So you get to kind of see the process that this took. And it took a while, you know, for them to do the fulfillment because they wanted to make sure that everything was absolutely perfect, that everybody got things the way they said they would. So I thought that was great. You know, they weren't just like rushed, like, let's just get stuff out, you know, to people. Like, it's like, you know, we're putting our name on it. He's putting his name on it. He wanted to make sure that people were really happy with his deck and happy with the extras. So anyway, this is the little white book, you know, so if you didn't want to lug that big guidebook around, you have like a little white book. And then here is the acknowledgments of every single person. Like, look at all those names that backed him on Kickstarter. So my name is in there somewhere too. So yay! Get to feel special. And then it also came with these awesome postcards. And the postcards are some of the images that you'll see within the deck. And these have gilded edging too. So, like, you know, I'm trying to figure out, like, who must send a postcard to? Who's going to get this bougie postcard? But anyway, it also came with a cute little patch. Oops. There we go. That's the right setup. And you'll see that this was also one of the flowers in the deck. And then this very delicate yet kind of sharp, and they tried to make it not so sharp so people wouldn't be poking their eyes out. But this is a bookmark, you know, so you could add a little something, or you could just like hang this, you know, be really nice and pretty. But this is, you know, the dandelion. So kind of like the Fool card. And then it came with a couple of pins. It also came with a couple of stickers too, but I've used those stickers. So that's the only thing that's missing from here that actually came with like everything in like my little Kickstarter pack. But you'll see these flowers as well when I show you the cards. So I thought that, you know, it was a lovely touch. I mean, in actuality, all I really want is the deck. You know, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, but to have all of these like luxurious extras, I think was like a really nice touch. You know, to the end of such an exciting Kickstarter. Like, wow, I have never been in such an exciting Kickstarter. I mean, I've backed decks before, but there was like so much, like everybody's like, oh my gosh, and it was like just raising money like crazy. Okay, it also came, oh, and I forgot, there was a pouch that came with this too. The pouch is in the other room, so if you didn't want to lug this giant box around, it was a beautiful black pouch with gold embroidery. But you can see that the box here has a lot of gold foil, so you know, they raised a lot of money. They made sure that what you got, you know, reflected that. Okay, so when you open it up, inside here you can see Botanica by Kevin J. Stanton. And then of course it's got, as you can see, some gold foil going on in there. And then this beautiful, like so much foil. And as somebody who has created a personal deck, you know, I have, you know, through Kickstarter, and, you know, I have my Wally's World Oracle. I know that it costs a lot for this gold foil. So the fact that it's like everywhere, I'm like, holy cow. And then inside here, some more gold foil, also very beautiful. And then you just stick that like that. All right. So let's check out the backs here. Again, gold foil, and you can feel it a little bit with your finger. And these are, I would say, you know, do I have a tarot deck nearby? I don't have a standard size tarot deck nearby. But I would say for your standard size tarot usually comes out to about here. So it's about this much wider. And traditional tarot is a little bit taller, I think. So this is squattier. But anyway, so cardstock, wonderful cardstock. So you see it's sort of got a matte finish, but it's got a protective coating on it so your cards don't go slip-slidey everywhere, but also your cards are protected. And this does have gilded edging, of course, with all that gold. All right, the anticipation probably has been building. So without further ado, let's take a look at these cards. So, here we go with the symbols and everything. So if you didn't know what this flower was, you'd be able to find it either in the little white book or the giant full color guidebook. But here you have a crown, the Q is for queen, and the symbol is for swords. So this is the Queen of Swords. So I would say this deck is really good for people who, number one, know their plants. But even if you didn't, I would say you could go into it intuitively and try to let the plants speak to you, even if you didn't know what they were. What are you feeling? What are you seeing from this? And then here we have the King of Swords. So awesome helmet. Okay, so this symbol here, you remember the scales, so that is justice. So again, so instead of having like a number or instead of having a name down at the bottom, he's just using symbols that we would probably be familiar with when reading traditional tarot. This is the wands. So this would be 4 of wands. So with the minors, I think it's a good mix of like the suit, like swords, pentacles, wands, cups, mixed in with the flowers. I think that he did a really good job. And I don't know all of the plants. I'm pretty familiar with a lot of these, but I may not know all of them. So I found the guidebook to be really helpful, and it helped out with my intuition too. So just kind of like looking at the colors and the way things, here we have, okay, so it's the 6 of Pentacles, but look how, you have all these brambles, you have all this like raspberries, they're all over the place. It's just so in your face. It's like, like abundance, and like, I just want to go by and like pick these raspberries. So I think that is pretty close to, how I would see the 6 of Pentacles. So again, I think you could use your intuition. The P is for page, by the way. KN is for your knights. And of course here, we have the cup symbol. So you can find this deck at Beehive Books, but I'll put the link down below for you guys. And I just got an email that they're still fulfilling their Kickstarter. I mean, this was a massive Kickstarter, you guys. Like I backed this in May of last year. Here we have the wheel. And so I think it came in like February or something like that. But I had moved out of San Diego. I moved here to Tempe. And so my mail was sitting at my house in San Diego. So when I finally had to, go back and drop off some stuff and pick up some other stuff, I finally got to pick up my mail. So it's like I'd been waiting for this deck for so long, and just barely got to pick it up like a week ago. Oh wait, this is the wheel. Never mind. Oh my gosh. Here we have the sun, we have the moon, the star. This one's the devil. I love that this is the saguaro cactus like we have here in Arizona. Yeah, but some of the tiers that they are fulfilling now are like for they had these like terrariums. They even had like a silk like embroidered bomber jacket. Like they had to go crazy with these tiers just because they were raising so much money. So production time and everything, trying to get all that extras. So like everybody has their decks, but it's like all the extras are still coming out because there was just so much, and there were so many backers, thousands of backers. So this one is just a little confusing to me because with the little cross at the top, I kind of think Hierophant, but this is actually your emperor. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. But that's like my only thing is like between the Hierophant and the emperor, to me the symbol's a little confusing. But that's just me. Other people might be like, no, it's fine. But like I am not knocking on this deck. Like I'm very happy with it. It's more than I could ever imagine, and it reads really well. And at first I was, even though I knew that I love plants, like I'm a little green witch. I work with herbs and plants all the time, and I was a little hesitant because I'm like, wow, without all the extras the tarot has, all of its symbolism, depending on the system that you're reading, and sometimes, well, I don't really need the words at the bottom, but like at least for the major arcana, the numbers, and it's devoid of that, and where all the information's in the plant. It's not, in the adornment on the card. And so I felt a little intimidated, but I was amazed at how quickly I was able to just read it, intuitively. And, I've had some pretty awesome readings. I haven't done client readings with this yet. I still want to get to like a really good connection with it personally before I use it to read for others. But I will tell you, the readings I've done personally have been awesome. And I haven't paired it with Oracle yet. I've only done it on its own. Love that High Priestess. Yeah, I'm not going to keep it away from Oracle cards. I'd love to pair it with an Oracle that I find suitable. And your Fool card, yay! That's it. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little reading. At the end of my deck reviews, I always do a little reading at the end. So not only do you get to look at beautiful cards, but you also get a little reading. So hopefully this connects with you. If it doesn't, that's okay. But if it does, hey, let me know how it connects. Put that in the comment section down below. And let's ask for a message that would benefit whoever's watching for their best and highest good. All right, so we have one, boom, boom. Shuffles like a dream, by the way. Okay, so let's put those there. And let's see what we have. All right, so we have the Four of Pentacles. Beautiful. And we have our Devil card here. Okay. And then we have our Ten of Swords. So we have Honeysuckle here for our Four of Pentacles. We have Deadly Nightshade for our Devil, and then we have bluebells here, which I used to have a lot of bluebells in my front yard here with the Ten of Swords. Okay, so the message that I'm feeling here, give me just a moment. Okay. So if you have been feeling like it's like, where's the money? I'm waiting for abundance to hit me, material abundance. And there's this, I need to hold on to, almost like Scrooge McDuck, like hold on to everything because I feel like nothing else is coming in. Yet it's, I think a lot of people are waking up to that particular mindset is the very mindset that is blocking that abundance from coming in. It's that feeling of there's nothing coming in, therefore I must hoard and hold on to everything I have. And so that puts out to the universe, that, oh, well, this person can't have more coming in, so they need to hoard everything they have, so I don't want to freak them out by giving them more. So that's kind of like this devil trap that we put ourselves in. And I'm guilty of this too, from time to time, where I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to be doing this month, so I reduce my spending, and which I'm not saying be frivolous and just like throw your money everywhere, but like where I'm purposefully not spending on certain things that I need because I'm afraid that I won't have enough. And then it's like this vicious cycle that we put ourselves in, kind of like this devil cycle, where it's like, oh my gosh, like stuff isn't coming in until I wake up to like, okay, I'm doing this to myself. And so I just go about my spending, and it's kind of like a fool's leap that you need to take. I go about my spending like I normally would, not going crazy, but just like, I need these essentials, so I go out and buy them with the knowledge that more money will come in, and then lo and behold, all of a sudden I have more readings, there's more people buying things from my shop, and I'm like, oh, okay. So this is just a reminder that, we do create our reality. We're not victims of our reality. So Try to think about where the devil, where the devil has been holding you back, you know, basically yourself, the devil within you, from the abundance that is all around us. So let's see how we can, you know, move through those blocks, cut those cords, do the shadow work to get rid of that ego mindset, so we can stop hoarding and holding on to the idea that no more is coming in. Of course more is coming in. There's enough to go around for everybody in the world. But we have to allow it in. So anyway, I hope that message connects with you, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this gorgeous, gorgeous deck. Yeah, let me know if you have this deck, if you backed it on Kickstarter, your thoughts. Is it a little too bougie? Like, is it too difficult to read? Is it just right? Like, let me know in the comment section down below. I love to chit chat with you guys. And I hope you enjoyed it. The reason I do these deck reviews is mostly I just want everybody to see all the gorgeous art that's out there. But if you are interested, like I said, I would put that link to Beehive Books down below so that you can, you know, check out this deck. Plus, they have other good stuff there. Like, they are a book shop, by the way, so they have a lot of good books. So anyway, I will catch you guys later. If you dug this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding, ding, ding notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading from me, head over to www.kittenswadesandtarot.com. I have a lot of different types of readings. I have my Room of Body Sprays, I have my salves, and don't forget to check out Desert Cauldron, which is co-owned by myself and James over at Light of Riga. We have a lot of witchy tools, one-of-a-kind witchy tools, either created by artisans locally, by myself, by James, or both of us, or by artisans handmade near and far. So definitely check it out, and I will catch you spiritual homies later. All right, peace, love, and chicken grease. Peace out.